Good morning, YouTubers. It is currently 12:55 Central Standard Time, August 29th. Uh, I want to welcome you all to the East Side's channel. I'm your host. I've been doing these YouTube videos for a little bit. Not too many, nothing crazy, nothing fancy. Today's topic, I want to talk about leasing versus going to a bank. A little bit about DOT and what to expect out here on the road. This is just for some of our millennium drivers / new drivers out here. I definitely want to talk about split logging and how to do it correctly. I know a lot of you out there probably go, oh, it's illegal, it's this, it's that. My company don't allow it. Well, this little green book here, I don't know if y'all can see it. Alright. If you turn to page 564, Code 395.1, Section D, Article 2, talks about, let me see here, specific requirements. The following rule applies in determining compliance with paragraph G1 and I of this section. A, the term equivalent of at least 10 consecutive hours off duty means a period of at least 8 hours but less than 10 consecutive hours in a sleeper berth. 2, a separate period of at least 2 but less than 10 consecutive hours in the sleeper berth or off-duty status. Any combination therefore calculations of the driving limit includes all driving time compliance must be recalculated from the end of the first of the two periods used to comply with the paragraph. Alright, drivers. So split logging. I just read you the rules in the FMCSR regulations book. Alright, so what that means, driver. We all got a 14-hour clock. And in 14 hours, we get 11 hours to drive. So if y'all are going to split log, you must start your split logging before your 7th hour mark. So, you're going to drive for 6 hours and 45 minutes. If you do a 15-minute pre-trip at the start of your day. At that 8th hour, you're going to go, in that 7th hour, you're going to go into your sleeper berth for 8 consecutive hours. So on your ELD, you're going to log yourself into the sleeper berth. Okay, after that 8 hours, you'll have 4 hours and 15 minutes remaining on your drive line and 7 hours to do it in. Okay, so 8 and 2. The only way to get out of that sleeper berth split sleeper berth, there we go, sorry, it's been a long day, guys, but is to take a 10 consecutive hour break. For a lot of you, older drivers, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, well, I just told you how to do it. If done correctly, you can, you know, bust your ass and, excuse my language, and make the miles. Um, a lot of your reefer unit people, you split log, and you'll get more loads because you're able to move more miles. If done correctly, you'll get anywhere from 3,700 miles to 4,200 miles. Just depends on you and how you run, and how fast your truck is, obviously. Again, you know, you can read the rules yourself. That's 395.1 section D, and then page 564. Excuse me, guys. That's about all I can say on that. If y'all need help, just leave a comment. I'll see it, reply to you. Maybe go in more detail. Like I told you guys in a previous video, I mean, we're all out here together. You know, we need to lean on each other, help the millennium drivers out, you know, do what we need to do so we can all be safe and get back home to our families. There's a bunch of us out here. Don't know the statistics on how many trucks are out here. So I'm going to go ahead and Google that right now. How many? So I Googled it and I come up with February 23rd, 2017. Apparently there are over 500,000 trucking companies in the United States with over 15.5 million trucks on the road, with 2 million of us being tractor trailer. You know what that means, driver? That means there ain't gonna be a goddamn place for y'all to park out here. That's what that shit means right there. You know, that's just crazy. Yeah. So, half of us knows how to split logs, half of us don't. That's crazy. I didn't even know that. Wow. I'm just mind blown about that. Oh, just an update, guys and gals. I'm from Illinois, so I kind of keep up on things like speed limit changes, this and that. So, according to IDOT, I don't know the effective date yet, but it's something for y'all to look into. On the I-74 corridor, over by 57, it's a city called Champaign, Illinois. The speed limit's currently 70 miles an hour for all vehicles. They're going to be changing it for commercial vehicles. They're going to drop us back down to 60 miles an hour. It's a heavy populated area, so You know, it is what it is. It's not as big as Chicago, but excuse me. All vehicles down to 60 mile an hour, not just commercial vehicle. That's just an update in our area. So, here's the big question. This is a lot of questions I get asked. Leasing versus going to a bank and getting a loan to get your truck. There's pros and cons. I'm not really going to go over it a lot. If you're going to lease a truck, you need to find a company that's going to pay you more than $1, more than 93 cents, 95 cents, whatever. You need to be well over that dollar amount without the fuel surcharge. Because once you break everything down, for example, you run 3,000 miles, as a lease driver, you got to make that weekly truck note. And let's just say altogether you're going to pay, this varies from lease to lease too, so I'm just ballparking it here, about $1,100. Okay, so you got $1,100, and that's just for your truck, and that don't take into account for your fuel. So we need to go ahead and add your fuel based on a 3,000 mile run. Alright, 3,000 mile week. And that's at $1 a mile. That's not including your fuel surcharge. So so you might as well say you're making $1 a mile. Your truck note's $1,100, so we're going to go $3,000 minus your $1,100 truck note. Right there, guys, that puts you at $1,900. Okay, $1,900. Now, you haven't taken your big expense out yet, right? So, on an average, with these newer trucks, we'll say you're getting 8.5 to the gallon. Okay, so that's your fuel. There is 8.5 to the gallon. All right, so 3,000 miles. That's roughly working on a calculator, guys. So, okay, on a 3,000 mile run. Sorry for that a little brief minute there. You're looking at about 360 gallons. So you times that by your mileage that your truck's getting, which is 8.5 in this example. 360 gallons. That's going to give you 3,060 miles. Okay, that's if you're not running your truck. That's if you're not running that APU. Okay, but for this example, 3,000 miles, $1,100 truck note, and 360 gallons for just that week for fuel. Alright, so we'll take fuel average here. Let's see here. And pull up this handy dandy app I got, guys. It's called the Pilot app. Alright, here at this Pilot, looks like they're charging $3.19 a gallon. Alright. And that's over here in Oakville, Illinois, off of I-64, exit 41. Alright, fuel prices change. We all know that. For the new drivers, most of your fuel savings, it's going to be down in the southern states. But just for this example, just to kind of give you guys a base idea here. So we got 360 gallons in this example. Times that by the 319. Okay, right there, just for your fuel, you're setting at $1,151 and 64 cents to be technical. Okay, so, and I know most companies, they charge you guys a maintenance escrow. For this example, okay, we're going to use 0.07. So to get your maintenance escrow, drivers, okay, this is for the lease drivers, just bear with me here. You got 3,000 times your 0.07, so that's $210 for your maintenance. Okay, and this was without your fuel surcharge, guys. Okay, and then you have another escrow for like equipment. For this example, we'll say $100 a week for your escrow. I don't know what they use it for. It's just for like equipment, for Qualcomms or whatever. It's normally about $2,000, stretched over a certain amount of weeks. I think 20 weeks. $100 a week, 20 weeks. And then, so this is a week, so that's $100 for that. And then you got your occupational health insurance. You got your, we'll just say that's like, let me see here, Illinois occupational health. Give me a second here. We'll say $40, okay? You're paying that now, lease drivers. Then you got your, and like I said, that $40 is Illinois occupational. I'm not going to tell you who I got, though. Then you got, let's see, I got your truck note, fuel, maintenance escrow, equipment escrow, your occupational health, bobtail insurance, collision and all that, that's about another between 50 and 60 bucks. So, okay. There's probably some more they'll add on. But alright guys, this is what I got for you lease drivers so far. Based off a 3,000 mile week, okay? So keep that in mind at $1. Alright, at a buck. That's what the going rate is, I think. I don't know. I'm just a truck driver. So, you got your 1,100 here. Let me see here. So out of $3,000. Alright, so $3,000. You minus your $1,100. And this is for like these big companies drivers. Okay, like Swift, Schneider, whatever. They might have better deals. But just for this example though, like I said, $1,100 truck note a week. Plus your $1,151. Fuel. Okay. Minus your maintenance. Minus your other escrow over 20 weeks. And then minus your occupational and bobtail insurance or whatever. Alright guys, so that breakdown is $339. Alright, but you're buying the truck, remember that, you're buying the truck. So you tell your wife that, okay, $339 is the paycheck. Well, why is that, honey? Well, I'm buying this damn truck. Okay, they don't tell you though. They tell you, but they don't tell you. At the end of your fucking, excuse my language. At the end of your truck note, you're all paid off, all excited. You're going to the yard to get that title, and bam, you get there. They want another 50 grand. It's that balloon note, but you were too excited about, getting that new truck of yours. Alright, so we'll go back to this real quick. So 3,000 miles. We'll say the going fuel surcharge is 25 cents a mile. Well, I'll do you better. I'll do 30 cents in this example. Okay, your fuel surcharge is 30 cents. Alright, so 3,000 miles times 0.3. So you had $900 onto. Alright. So 900 plus your $339 paycheck. Okay. So you're going to come out with $1,239. Alright. That's after all your deducts. So now it's up to you to pay the IRS. And hopefully you got a good account, you get good rebates, all that good stuff. Alright, so that's the lease portion of this. It's just crazy, man. Everybody's all excited. I've done the lease, like I said, I've been there, done that. I prefer to stick to the company side. You just got to find something that suits your needs. Now, let's say you go through a bank, your credit's up there, you're this, you're that, you're on top of your game this year. So you're going to the dealership, KW, whatever. Okay. So your truck note's going to be a lot less. I'm not even going to speculate on that. It could range from anywhere to $400 a month to 800. Excuse me while I take a drink real quick here. I got the Mountain Dew going for you guys tonight. Alright. If you can do the bank, go to the bank. Do it that way, guys. I'm talking to the inexperienced drivers out here, our new drivers that want to become owner-operators. The laws are changing. The old days are pretty much gone. Right now, some of these trucks out here on the road are exempt from ELD. That's your pre-2000 trucks. And when I say pre-2000, it's got to be a 1999 engine, or you're going to be in ELD. I'll go over that on another video. Excuse me. So we're going to continue on here. I cover, like I said, just a brief thing on the whole leasing versus the bank. If you can go to the bank, go to the bank. You're going to make more money. You're going to pay less for your truck. For example, not slandering no company, nothing like that. Most companies out here that do the lease program, most, not all now, most, their goal is to run you ragged. Some people are very successful. Hey, it does happen. There's a light. But a lot of the new drivers coming in really think about what you're doing. You're going to make a commitment, and you're going to be divorced. That's what's going to happen, because if your truck isn't moving, you're not making any money. So, like I said, I'm gonna have to stop there on this whole lease versus the bank. I will do another video on that. I just wanted to touch bases on that just a little bit, because I get asked questions all the time about lease and going to the bank. For some of you new drivers out here, or drivers that are going to be going to school, okay, I'm going to say it. You have to be nice to the officers out here on the road. Your Department of Transportation, it'll get you a long way. Couple things to keep in mind during your DOT inspection. First off, cleanliness in your truck. That's right, drivers. You don't take a shit in a bag and leave it in the truck. You don't take a shit in the truck, period. That's just gross. Pee bottles. Come on, guys. Go to the truck stop. Quit pissing in the lots. Technically, if you don't have a hazmat endorsement, you can get a big fine. Organization. When you're going into the DOT office, that officer tells you, he'll come out to your truck, or he'll tell you over the intercom, bring your paperwork in. If you're on ELD, tell the officer, like OmniTrax, PeopleNet, A whole lot of them. I don't know every one of them. You can't take in. Now my ELD, it's a tablet, so I can take it inside and do what I need to do. Paperwork means your medical card, your CDL. Okay, you take everything in. Now here's the big secret, the biggest one of them all. Okay, you don't give the DOT officer all your things. Alright, I'll repeat that for the new drivers. Do not give that man or woman all of your paperwork. Only give him what he asks for. Because if you forget to cross your T's and dot your I's, you're pretty much asking that officer to write you a ticket. Now, don't be scared of them, though, okay? They got a job, we got a job. As long as you do your pre-trips every day, your post-trips, a pre-trip should take as long as it does. However long it takes you to look over your truck, that's how long you need to log that for. Your post-trips, most companies out here on the road, they want you to do 5 to 10 minutes. Some companies ask you to take pictures while you're doing pre-trips. Okay, so we're going to revert back to the whole how you should act. Don't be scared of the people. There's nothing to be nervous about. Or if there is, don't show it. I mean, they're not out here to make your life harder. They're out here to keep the general public safe. And no, I'm not sticking up for them, because some officers, you can be nice, polite, yes sir, no ma'am, yes ma'am. It doesn't matter. If that officer's having a bad day, they're going to treat you like shit. They're going to make you have a bad day. But that shouldn't stop you as a professional to show courteous to your fellow peers. So don't ever give all your paperwork to the man, because you never know. You might have forgot to do something, and that's going to cost you $100,000. So just be mindful of, if that man asks you for something, you give what he asks you for, nothing more. Don't give any other explanation except what he asks for. Okay? Today was a bad experience with one of our Kansas Highway Patrol scale masters. He couldn't find nothing wrong. It was a level 2 inspection. The man literally could not find anything wrong with my logs or my paperwork. Nothing wrong with the truck. No lights out, nothing like that, okay? So he couldn't find nothing, so he decided to write me up just because the INC on the back of Night Dream wasn't on there. Some petty ass bullshit. He wanted to write somebody up. He had a couple of his buddies in the office. He had to show them, this is what we do over here, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Screw that. That man could have let me go without a write-up. It's a gray area, whatever. I don't make the laws. If I see Night Dream on the truck, I'm going to assume that man's doing Night Dream. That's his business. Okay. So appearance, cleanliness, organization, pre-trip, post-trip, you should be good. you should be able to smooth right through there. Because during your pre-trip, you should catch any violations along with your post-trip. If you're driving, during the day, shutting down at night, you can walk around, check your lights. Make sure there's nothing leaking underneath. That's just crazy. And the violations add up. They do. The highest record violation that I seen at one time was like $14,000. I didn't give detail on what each citation was for. It was the highest recorded citation on a DOT inspection. $14,000. Holy shit. $14,000. You gotta ask yourself what the hell that driver did. But, yeah, like I said, he probably wasn't organized, probably didn't do pre-trip, post-trip. Nothing like that. That about wraps us up for tonight, guys and gals. A little update on this company I'm working for, which is Night Dream. I've been with them. This will be my 5th week, I do believe. 4th or 5th week, something like that. Very organized people in the office. The owner, he's pretty cool. No complaints on how the man's running his business. I did talk about in my other video, my truck was in the shop. He did put me into a different vehicle, which is a lot roomier. As you guys see, I'm setting up in the back of my truck. I'm not laying in bed. I'm not in the driver's seat. I'm in the bunk. I'm in the sleeper berth setting up with a table in front of me. I'm not going to complain about that. I like this. We do a lot of settings, but with the table up and everything, I have a lot of room. And I sleep on the top bunk. I'm just keeping it real. Sleep up on that top bunk. So I don't have to keep moving stuff around. The money's good. I have no complaints, like I said. So far, so good. On my last video, I left a link for the company profile overview of their website, and also a link to their application. I'll get with the recruiter and ask if I can name him in my video. I do not like giving personal information out on the World Wide Web. They do have a phone number if you Google them. Give me a second here. I'm going to do that for you. Just in the Google bar, type in Night Dream Incorporated. Okay. You'll see 2 of them, which that was probably the owner's house at one point. But if you click on the second one in the Google bar, I don't know if you guys can see this, but that's what should pop up. You'll see that. This is Night Dream Incorporated. Trucking company in Plainfield, Illinois. Their address is 24012. Renwick Road, I guess that's how you pronounce it. Well, I don't know what happened there, guys. It just went completely black. Again, 2412 West Renwick Road, Plainfield, Illinois, 60544 for Night Dream Incorporated. Telephone number is 815-733-5015. According to their Google, their description here, it says from Night Dream Incorporated. It says Night Dream Incorporated was established in 2006. And it just gives that whole spiel. Strives to provide the best service within the transportation community. As we grow in size, our value continues to stay strong. Night Dream Incorporated is looking at the future optimistically and excited about the service we can offer now and in the future. Alright guys, so go check that out. Like I said, just put Night Dream in the Google search bar. It's a good company. I mean, the boss kept me rolling, and mama's happy, the wife's happy. That's all that really counts. I'm not even gonna lie, guys and gals. Your significant other being happy, that's a good thing. You don't want to go home and tell your wife or your husband that, hey, sorry, I've been gone a week, 2 weeks, month at a time, and this is all I got to show for it. They're going to think you're out here doing something else. Some of the old-time drivers probably are doing something else. And God bless them guys, man. They work so hard out here. And some of them are still out here working and counting down the days for retirement. That's about all I can say. That wraps it up for tonight. It's going to take a long time to update this video, just so y'all know. A long time. I don't know any other topics to speak of. So if y'all want to talk about something specific or ask me questions about the FMCSR regulations book, this big green book here. This is your, I'm not going to call it the Bible, because no, this is not my Bible. I worship something higher than the federal government. That's about it. Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up right now. It's like 40, we'll say it's 45 minutes. I'll keep talking for another minute. Y'all probably think, man, this motherfucker is long-winded. Excuse my language again. Censor that for all the new drivers. You don't want them thinking we're just out here some sailor, whatever, blah, 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 blah type of deal. I'm just doing this videos to give you guys my opinion, talk about different things, different safety aspects. I'm getting a little bit more comfortable with just talking to the camera. So, hang in there, guys.